In a vast room filled with light, the Galactic Council gathered. The walls sparkled with colors from different planets, and the air buzzed with tension. Alien leaders from across the galaxy sat in a large circle, their faces showing worry and fear. Today was an important meeting. They had to discuss the humans. The chief leader, a tall being with shimmering green skin named Zalor, stood up. "We must address the situation with the humans. They have been exploring near our borders," he announced. His voice echoed in the chamber, making everyone pay attention. From the far side of the room, a short alien with multiple eyes, Zarkon, jumped up. "Humans are dangerous. They destroy everything in their path. We should prepare for war." His voice trembled with anger. Some council members nodded in agreement, their expressions grim. But a calm voice broke through the chaos. It was Lyra, a wise and respected leader from the planet Thalos. "Wait! We need to think this through. Not all humans are our enemies. They might just be curious about our galaxy." Her words were like a cool breeze in a hot desert. "But they have weapons. They are known for their fierce nature," Zarkon shouted, his multiple eyes blinking rapidly. "They will attack us if we show weakness." The council room filled with arguments. Some leaders yelled, calling for a defensive stance, while others whispered about forming an alliance with humans. The air was thick with fear and uncertainty. Zalor tried to bring order back to the chaos, but it was hard. Suddenly, the doors swung open and a scout rushed in, breathing heavily. "Emergency! Emergency!" he shouted. All eyes turned to him, and the room fell silent. The scout was from the planet Gromath, known for its speedy ships and brave pilots. "What is it?" Zalor asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "There's a massive human fleet on the outskirts of our galaxy," the scout exclaimed. "They are heading this way!" Gasps filled the room. A fleet of humans was approaching? Panic spread like wildfire. Some leaders turned pale, while others whispered among themselves, plotting how to react. Zalor felt the weight of the moment. "How many ships? What are their intentions?" he demanded. The scout took a deep breath, trying to calm himself. "I couldn't get close enough to see clearly, but there are dozens of ships. They are large and look ready for battle, but I could also see signs of peaceful communication." The room erupted in chaos once more. "They are here to conquer us," shouted one leader. "We must prepare for war," cried another. But Lyra stood up again, her voice strong. "We don't know their intentions. This is not the time for panic. We should send a message, ask them what they want." Zalor looked around the room. He saw fear in many eyes, but he also saw a glimmer of hope. Lyra is right. We need to understand their purpose before making any decisions. We cannot let fear control us. As the leaders continued to argue, Zarkon stood and pointed at Zalor. "What if they come to destroy us while we sit here talking? You want us to show weakness? That will be our end." A wave of fear washed over the council. The atmosphere turned heavy with tension as members exchanged worried glances. They knew the humans were powerful, but their stories of destruction echoed in their minds. Zalor raised his hands, trying to calm everyone down. "We will send a message. We will find out their purpose. But we must be united. Fear will only lead us to our downfall." Finally, after a long debate, the council agreed. They would reach out to the humans and ask for their intentions. As the meeting ended, a sense of urgency filled the room. Leaders left in haste, their minds racing with thoughts of what the arrival of the human fleet could mean for the future of the galaxy. Outside the chamber, the galaxy lay quiet, but inside the hearts of the council members, fear and uncertainty brewed, setting the stage for the battles and alliances that lay ahead. The humans were coming, and nothing would ever be the same again. The Galactic Council had barely settled down when the news of the human fleet's arrival spread across the galaxy like a bright comet. Different planets buzzed with chatter, and fear gripped many. As the humans approached, the council members waited with anxious hearts, hoping for peace but preparing for war. On the bridge of the human flagship, Captain Maria Reynolds stood tall, looking at the stars outside. Her ship, the Valiant, was the pride of the human fleet. It gleamed in the darkness, reflecting the light from distant suns. Maria was a strong leader known for her bravery and quick thinking. She knew that this moment could change everything. "Captain, we are nearing the coordinates of the Galactic Council," her first officer, Lieutenant James, announced. "The aliens have set up a defensive perimeter around their space." Maria nodded, her mind racing. "We are not here to fight. Prepare a message. Tell them we come in peace." Her voice was steady, but inside she felt the weight of the situation. This was their chance to show the galaxy that humans were more than just conquerors. As the Valiant approached the alien perimeter, bright lights flashed from the Council's ships. They were imposing, with designs unlike anything humans had ever seen. Maria took a deep breath and sent her message into the void. Galactic Council, this is Captain Maria Reynolds of the human fleet. We come in peace and wish to communicate. The Council's ships responded with silence at first, but then a booming voice echoed through the comms. This is Zaylor, Chief Leader of the Galactic Council. You are in restricted space. State your intentions. Maria smiled, feeling a rush of hope. We wish to open a dialogue. We mean no harm. We want to learn and share knowledge. Moments passed like hours as they waited for a reply. The crew on the Valiant watched the monitors, eyes wide with anticipation. Finally, Zaylor's voice returned, still cautious, but now tinged with curiosity. You claim peace, but your reputation precedes you. We will send a delegation to meet you. The Council ships moved aside, creating a path for the human fleet to enter their space. Maria felt a wave of relief wash over her. This was the first step toward understanding. As the delegation approached, Maria saw their ships for the first time. They were beautiful, shining with colors that changed like the surface of a rainbow. Soon, a smaller ship detached from the Council's main fleet and floated towards the Valiant. A group of aliens emerged, led by Zalor himself. He was tall and imposing, with glowing green skin and sharp features that commanded respect. Maria stood tall on her ship's bridge, meeting his gaze with confidence. Welcome, Captain Reynolds, Zalor said, his voice steady. We have many questions about your fleet and your intentions. Maria replied, Thank you, Leader Zaylor. I understand your concerns. We want to explore the galaxy and learn from other races. We believe that together we can achieve great things. Zalor studied her carefully. Your kind is known for conflict and aggression. How can we trust that you will not bring war? Maria took a step closer, looking into Zaylor's eyes. I know our past is filled with mistakes, but we have learned. Our goal is to foster peace and understanding. We want to work together, not against each other. Zaylor seemed to soften, but skepticism lingered in his expression. Talk is easy. Actions speak louder. We will be watching you closely. As the meeting continued, Maria and Zaylor discussed many things. They shared stories about their people, their cultures, and their dreams for the future. Slowly, the tension began to lift, replaced by a cautious curiosity. However, not everyone was on board with the idea of peace. In the shadows of the Council ships, some alien leaders whispered among themselves. We cannot trust humans, one said, his voice low and filled with anger. They will betray us at the first opportunity. As Maria and Zalor finished their discussions, they exchanged a nod of mutual respect. The meeting had gone well, but the clouds of fear still loomed overhead. The future was uncertain. As the human fleet settled into their new position within the Council's space, both sides knew that the path ahead would not be easy. They had taken the first step toward understanding, but the true test was yet to come. Would they be able to overcome their fears and work together, or would old prejudices tear them apart? Only time would tell, but for now, the stars shone brightly above, hinting at the possibilities that lay ahead. The following weeks were filled with excitement and tension as the human fleet settled into the Galactic Council's space. Captain Maria Reynolds and her crew worked hard to build trust with their new alien neighbors. They shared technology and knowledge, and for a moment, hope shined brightly in the galaxy. However, not everyone was convinced. Many leaders of the Council still remembered the stories of human conquests. They whispered in dark corners, questioning the wisdom of trusting the newcomers. One alien, Zarkon, grew more determined to push the humans away. One evening during a council meeting, Zarkon stood up. His multiple eyes blinked rapidly with anger. We have given the humans a chance, but we cannot forget their past. They will strike when we least expect it. His voice echoed in the chamber, causing tension to rise again. Zalor, the chief leader, tried to calm the room. We must not act out of fear. The humans have shown good intentions. We need to see this through. But Zarkon was not finished. We need to test their power. Let them show us what they can do. If they are strong, then we will know we can trust them. His suggestion hung in the air, causing the other council members to murmur among themselves. Maria sat in her ship, the Valiant, listening to the council's discussions through the communication device. She felt her heart race. A test of power? What did that mean? She worried that this could lead to misunderstandings, or worse, conflict. That night, Zarkon proposed a demonstration. He suggested that the human fleet should participate in a simulated battle, showcasing their strength and tactics. The council agreed, seeing it as a way to relieve tensions and show unity. Maria received the news with mixed emotions. She wanted to prove that humans were more than warriors, but she also understood the need to reassure the council. On the day of the demonstration, a massive arena was set up in the council's space. Ships of various designs and sizes gathered, their colors bright against the dark backdrop of space. The council members watched eagerly, curious to see what the humans would bring to the table. Maria stood on the bridge of the Valiant, rallying her crew. Today we are not just showing our strength, we are showing our commitment to peace. Let's do this with honor. Her words inspired her crew, and they prepared for the simulation with a renewed sense of purpose. As the simulation began, the humans executed their maneuvers flawlessly. The fleet formed perfect formations, showcasing their advanced technology and strategic planning. The council watched in awe as the humans worked together seamlessly, their ships dancing through the stars. But Zarkon was not impressed. He looked for any sign of weakness or error. As the simulation reached its climax, Maria ordered her fleet to engage the simulated enemy. They launched a coordinated attack, using their weapons with precision. Bright blasts of energy lit up the arena, and cheers erupted from the spectators. "Impressive," Zalor said, nodding in approval. But Zarkon remained skeptical. He watched closely, waiting for a mistake. Suddenly, a human ship malfunctioned, and its weapons fired wildly, missing the target and hitting another ship in the simulation. Gasps filled the arena. "This proves it," Zarkon shouted. "They cannot control their power. We cannot trust them." Maria felt her heart sink. A single mistake threatened to unravel all their hard work. But she knew she had to stand firm. "We learn from our mistakes, just like you have," she called out, trying to remain calm. "This was a simulation, and we will improve. But you cannot judge us by one error." The council members whispered among themselves, unsure of what to think. Some began to rally behind Maria, while others sided with Zarkon. The tension in the arena grew thick, like smoke before a fire. Zalor raised his hand to quiet the crowd. "This is a learning experience for all of us. Humans are strong, but they are also willing to learn. We must not forget our purpose, building trust." But Zarkon was relentless. "If they cannot prove their strength, we should not accept them. The galaxy needs protection from their kind." Just when it seemed that the situation could escalate, Maria had an idea. "Let's have a friendly competition instead of a battle. A challenge that tests our skills without violence. Let us show the galaxy that we can work together, even in competition." Her suggestion caught everyone off guard. The room fell silent, and then murmurs of agreement began to spread. A chance to prove strength while also building bonds was a clever solution. Zalor nodded. "This could unite us instead of dividing us. Let's plan this competition. We will work together to find common ground." As the council began to discuss the competition, Maria felt a wave of relief wash over her. They still had a long way to go, but perhaps, with patience and understanding, they could forge a new path together. The galaxy watched, waiting to see if humans and aliens could truly come together, or if fear would pull them apart once again. The news of the upcoming competition spread like wildfire across the galaxy. It was a chance for the humans and the Galactic Council to show their unity and strength. However, not everyone was on board with the idea. While some council members were eager to participate, others remained cautious. The air was thick with tension as the council gathered to discuss the details. In the grand meeting chamber, Zalor sat at the head of the table. He looked at the faces of his fellow leaders, noting the mixture of excitement and fear. "We must prepare for this competition wisely. We want to show strength, but we also need to ensure our safety." "What are our concerns?" he asked, glancing around the room. Zarkon stood up, his many eyes glinting with skepticism. "I still do not trust the humans. What if they use this competition to gain an advantage? We must ensure they do not turn this into a trap." His voice was firm, and many council members nodded in agreement. Zalor sighed, knowing that Zarkon's influence was strong. "We cannot let fear guide us. This is an opportunity to build bridges. If we push the humans away, we risk losing the chance for peace." He glanced at Maria, who sat in the audience with her crew, ready to support the competition. Maria listened intently, feeling the weight of the council's decision. She knew how important this competition was for both sides. She stood up, her heart racing. I promise you we only wish to learn and grow together. The competition is meant to build trust, not destroy it. Let us show the galaxy our commitment to peace. Some council members murmured their support, but Zarkon was not finished. How can we be sure they will not turn on us? Their history is filled with war and betrayal. We must have safeguards in place. Perhaps a display of power is necessary to show them we are not afraid. Zaylor nodded slowly, considering Zarkon's words. Perhaps a demonstration of each side's strength can serve as a starting point. But we must ensure it does not escalate into violence. The council debated fiercely for hours, weighing the pros and cons of the competition. Finally, they reached a decision. They would hold the competition, but strict rules would govern it. Each side would display their skills in non-lethal challenges, allowing them to showcase their strengths without risking conflict. As the preparations began, excitement bubbled among the council members. The humans were eager to prove themselves, while the aliens prepared to show their own abilities. The day of the competition arrived, and ships from across the galaxy gathered to witness the event. The arena was magnificent, filled with lights and holograms of alien landscapes. A large screen displayed the rules, and Maria felt her heart race with anticipation. This was their moment to shine. The first event was a race. Humans and aliens would navigate through a challenging course filled with obstacles. Maria watched as her team prepared their advanced ships, fine-tuning every detail. The tension in the air was palpable, and the council members gathered to watch. As the race began, the ships launched into action, darting through the course at incredible speeds. Maria's heart raced as she piloted her ship, focusing on the path ahead. She maneuvered skillfully, weaving in and out of obstacles. But she could see the alien ships were equally impressive. They zipped past, showcasing their own agility and speed. As they neared the finish line, the crowd erupted into cheers. In the end, it was a close call, but the humans took first place. The council members clapped, some smiling, while others still looked skeptical. Next, they moved on to the second event, a test of strategy. Teams would compete in a simulated battle, using their wits and skills to outsmart each other. This time, Maria felt more at ease. She had confidence in her crew and their abilities. During the simulation, both sides displayed incredible tactics. Maria and her team worked seamlessly together, adapting to each move the aliens made. As the simulation reached its climax, Maria felt a sense of unity building between them. They were not just competitors, they were allies facing a common challenge. After the competition, the council gathered once more to discuss the results. Zaylor stood up, addressing everyone. Today, we witnessed strength and skill from both sides. The humans have proven their worth, but we must not forget that this is only the beginning. We still have a long way to go. Zarkon, although begrudgingly, admitted, "The humans did well, but we must remain cautious. We cannot let our guard down." As the council ended, Maria felt hopeful. They had taken a step toward understanding, but the shadows of doubt still lingered. Would the council ever fully trust them? The journey ahead was uncertain, but she was determined to prove that humans could be allies, not enemies. As the stars twinkled above, the future held promise. The humans had shown their strength, and now it was time to forge a new path together. But in the back of her mind, Maria wondered if the council would ever fully embrace their presence, or if they would always remain under the watchful eye of fear and suspicion. The days following the competition brought a sense of change across the galaxy. The humans and the Galactic Council members began to communicate more openly. Maria Reynolds and her crew became regular visitors at the council chambers, sharing stories and learning about each other's cultures. Slowly, barriers began to break down and friendships blossomed. One sunny afternoon, Maria sat with Zaylor, discussing the next steps for cooperation. "We need to find ways to work together," Maria said, her eyes shining with determination. "Perhaps we can collaborate on technology that can help us both." Zaylor nodded, intrigued. "That is a wise idea. Sharing technology could strengthen our bond, but we must also address the lingering doubts some still have, especially Zarkon." Just then, Zarkon entered the chamber, his multiple eyes focused on Maria. "I still believe we should be cautious. The humans are unpredictable," he stated, crossing his arms. His tone was sharp, but Maria sensed a hint of curiosity behind his words. "Zarkon," Maria began, "we understand your concerns, but every day we are proving ourselves." Trust takes time. If we work together, we can achieve great things. Zarkon hesitated, his expression softening slightly. You may be right, but we must also show our people that we are prepared for anything. Perhaps we can hold another event, a demonstration of our combined strength. Maria smiled at the suggestion. That sounds great! A joint event would show everyone our unity. Let's plan something spectacular. Over the next few weeks, preparations began for the joint event. The council decided to hold a festival of unity, showcasing the best of both human and alien cultures. The event would feature games, performances, and exhibitions of technology and art. Excitement filled the air as council members worked together to organize the festival. As the day of the festival approached, Maria felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Would the galaxy be ready to embrace this new beginning? She and her crew prepared their displays, showcasing human inventions and skills while learning from their alien friends. On the day of the festival, the arena was transformed into a vibrant spectacle. Colorful banners hung everywhere and laughter filled the air. Alien musicians played enchanting melodies while human dancers performed joyful routines. The atmosphere buzzed with energy as beings from different worlds came together. As the opening ceremony began, Zaylor took the stage, addressing the crowd. Today we celebrate our differences and our strengths. Together we can build a brighter future. Let us show the galaxy what unity looks like. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Maria felt a swell of pride. This was a moment of hope and possibility. As the festival continued, Maria mingled with the crowd, meeting different aliens and sharing stories. Zarkon was nearby, watching the interactions closely, his expression shifting from suspicion to intrigue. During one of the performances, a group of human children joined their alien friends on stage. They danced together, blending their movements in harmony. The crowd cheered, and for the first time, Maria saw Zarkon smile. It was a small victory, but it meant a lot. As the day progressed, there were games where teams of humans and aliens competed together. They cheered each other on, breaking down barriers with every laugh and every cheer. It became clear that they were not just competitors, they were friends. As night fell, the arena lit up with spectacular fireworks, illuminating the sky. Maria stood beside Zalor and Zarkon, gazing at the beautiful display. This is amazing, Maria said, her heart full. We have come so far. Zarkon turned to her, his eyes softening. Perhaps I underestimated humans. You have shown us that you can be allies. I will do my best to support this new beginning. Maria smiled at his words. Thank you, Zarkon. Together we can achieve so much more than we can alone. The festival ended with a final celebration, filled with laughter and music. Beings from all corners of the galaxy danced and celebrated, united in a spirit of friendship. The night was alive with hope and excitement for the future. As the festival came to a close, Maria felt a sense of belonging. They were no longer just humans and aliens, they were part of something larger. A new beginning was unfolding, one built on trust, cooperation, and friendship. The journey ahead would not be easy, but Maria was determined to face it alongside her new friends. Together, they would navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities. As the stars twinkled above, a bright future awaited them, filled with endless possibilities and shared adventures. The galaxy had changed, and with it, so had the hearts of its people.